I'm not associated with any of these plugins, and I did not get any kind of benefits by talking about them. The only reason I talk about them is because I have used them, and I personally like them. The first plugin is Floating Social Bar. It's a social media plugin. Now, there are so many plugins about social media, and I've tried a lot of them. One is to be Big, one of my favorites. The problem I felt with Big was that it was very distracting because it always was floating in the left-hand side, and for me as a blogger, I find it distracting because when I write content, I want the readers to focus on the content and do not get distracted by any social media. So I came across this plugin. The good thing about this plugin I like is that it floats, but at the very top section here. So if you scroll down, it will always stick here and will not be distracting the users. Another good thing about this plugin is that it's also optimized for the web. Now for the bloggers, SEO is very important. So if you install a plugin that consumes a lot of resources and slow down your page, it's not good. This plugin is SEO optimized, and it also has a few number of social media that are most popular. For example, it has Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. So it has the need, it has all the features that I require as a blogger to market my content in social media. One drawback of this plugin is that if your blog or website has sticky menu, which most of these websites nowadays have, it hampers the user experience because the menu is also sticky and the social media is also sticky. So both are sticky, and both of them consume a lot of space on the screen. That's one major drawback I've faced with this plugin. Otherwise, this is good. Another plugin is WordCamp. It's an email list builder plugin by Submit. If you have to install this plugin, you have to install Submit first. For bloggers, email list building is very important. You get traffic, a lot of traffic from search engine optimization. You also get a lot of traffic from social media, but you can get a lot of traffic from email list. This plugin works is, the way it works is when you install it and somebody goes to a page, they don't see the content, they see the screen right now you were saying. So you can write a message, you can have a call to action button and email. Feel to write or put email. And there is this button. So when they click here, they go to the content. Now since this is a full width and this is only visible to the user or the reader, the likelihood of getting subscribed is very high. I have used this plugin and subscriber has increased. One of my friends used this plugin and was able to build email list of 1,000 within a month. And that's a lot. It's also very easy to configure. There's no complications. Anybody without any technical knowledge can do this. There are two drawbacks I personally experienced in this plugin is that it could distort the user because when you go to a blog and you see this pop-up all of a sudden, which that's not something that you're going to read. So it could distort the user experience. And because of this, the user may also leave the website, which is just a bounce for them. So it's a tricky situation whether you want to build email list or you want to have a good user experience. So you could choose between one of these and decide whether to install this plugin or not. But one thing is sure, this plugin helps to build email list. This is one of my favorite SEO plugins. I was introduced to this plugin around 2 years ago. Before that, I was using another plugin. And at that point in time, I had no idea about SEO. And when I started using this plugin, I came to know a lot of things about SEO. Because of a lot of suggestions that you're seeing on this and there is different colors. There's red, there's green, there's orange. This color indicates how well optimized your website is or your page is, and what are the things that you should work on. Blue usually means very good, red means very good. You to work on it. And based on the suggestions provided in this screenshot or the page analysis, you can decide what are the things that you need to work on and optimize your page. It helps you to add titles and descriptions. It also helps you to create sitemap, which is important for SEO. Also helps you add open graph metadata. And the best part of it is the page analysis, the one you saw before. Anybody who has no idea about SEO can use this plugin and get the work done. Drawback, the personal experience, is it gives a lot of unnecessary notification. For example, I have used another plugin for sitemap creation, and this plugin also has a feature where you can create sitemap. But I don't want to use this one, I want to use another one. But time and again, it keeps giving me this notification that this is installed, this is installed. For me, that's just fine. But for many, it may not be. So that's one drawback of this plugin. One more thing, Yoast also has another problem that is, I wouldn't say exactly a problem, but it has a lot of features that could be overwhelming for some users who are not very much comfortable with plugin. Moving on, another plugin, Stream. Well, Stream helps you track down any changes made on the website, and more important, who made it. There are different columns that you see who made the changes, what were the changes made, what was the IP address, when it was made. This is particularly important if you have a blog that have multiple users, because anybody can change any content. So it's important that you track down what changes are made, who made it, so that you can come back, correct it. This is especially useful to the blogs that have a lot of users. One drawback of this plugin is that it stores all the data, and a lot of data of the user is stored, and that increases the load on the database. So either you can go go to the plugin and delete time and again all of the changes, or it will increase a lot of load on the database. That's a major drawback of the plugin. Another plugin, lazy load. Nowadays we see a lot of posts of lists. For example, 10 best plugins or 50 best WordPress themes. When these kind of articles are published, there are a lot of images. And imagine a post that has 50 images and each image is 100 KB. The whole file size becomes a lot. So if somebody goes to the page and opens it, takes a pretty long time to open the page. What this plugin does is, it only loads the page where the user has reached, or it loads the image where the user has reached. For example, the user is on the theme number 5, it only loads image for the theme 5, not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This way, it consumes less server resources, bandwidth. So that's again good for hosting, and also for the user experience, and also for SEO. Drawback, the personally I experienced was there was a lot of compatibility issue in some of the themes that you use. But again, it may not be any of the themes. So make sure that you see and test whether it works with the theme or not. Another plugin is Google Sitemap plugin. If you're a blogger and if you haven't created a sitemap, please make sure you do, because this is very important for your SEO. It indexes all the posts that have been made on your website, and every time you make any change, it automatically lists down the pages, whether you create a new page or you update a new one. And also notifies major search engines. It also supports custom URLs and all kind of WordPress related pages. It also notifies, as I said earlier, to all those custom search engines every time you make any change. The problem with this plugin is that it uses a lot of resources on the server, and that's one of the reasons that many WordPress managed hosting, like WP hosting, WP engine or Temple Media, they do not let you install this plugin in the hosting. So if you're having, let's say if you're using WP Manage, you could use alternative of that. You could use maybe your sitemap. But again, this is something that you can use in WordPress managed hosting. But if it's not, then it's a very good plugin, because before I used another plugin, and after I installed this plugin, I realized that the number of visits on my website has increased, and also the ranking increased slightly. Another plugin within all image sitemap. We work with a lot of travel agencies, and travel agencies generally have a lot of images. When we blog, generally we think that image is the key. Yes, it is, and they only get the traffic, because images also give you a lot of traffic. And these plugins help you index all the images on your website. So whenever you add, you could automatically add to the sitemap and modify search engine. One good thing about this plugin that I like is that when I want to optimize images, I can simply look at this. For example, this is a URL, and this is a image location, and this is a title. Now here I can see there is no caption. So I can go back and add caption. This page lists up all the images. So if you want to go back to any page or any images and add or optimize images, this plugin will be very helpful. Another plugin, titled Experimental. We were talking about conversion before, and this is slightly also related to conversion and click-to-web. As you can see, there are 3 titles over there. One is tool packages in Nepal, how to find the best. How to find the best packages in Nepal. Nepal tool packages, how to find the best. That's 3 different titles. And there's also, you can see the data here. 25%, 40%, 50%. What this data source is, or how this plugin works is, it displays different titles to different users. And with the help of this experiment, you can determine which title is getting more clicks to where. So for example, let's take this one. 10 best plugins that Raushan will recommend, one title. 10 best plugins that, let's see, Ujjwal Thapa recommends. 10 best plugins Amrit recommends. And 10 best plugins, let's say Brian, who is West recommends. There are 4 different titles, and if somebody knows, let's say Bryce, people are more likely to click that because he's from automatic and WooCommerce. That gives more sort of confidence. Okay? Many people may know, for example, Amrit is talking about conversion, so more likely he's going to have more credibility. You're getting my point. There are a lot of these kind of things that come to conversion. The only thing about conversion or this plugin is that everything you can experiment. Now this title, this is an assumption. We thought one title will click, but when we do experiment, we actually know which one is getting more clicks to where. So when you blog, you can have different titles for your blog, and then see which one is getting more clicks to where, and stick to that one. And you can always test and improve the result. Another plugin, W3 Total Cache, is a very popular plugin for cache. It has more than 5 million downloads, very popular plugin. It enables caching and also helps to improve server performance. And because it helps to improve the speed, it also impacts SEO. The drawback that I personally found with this plugin is that once we had an malware issue, but again, it was rapidly solved by this company. That's not a big thing, but must have had a personal experience, so I mentioned it here. It also broke down some of the plugins that we were using, especially Gravity Form. And this is also not allowed in many WordPress managed hosting, as I mentioned earlier, WP and others. So if you don't want to use these plugins, you can use some other. For example, if you're using WP engine, they already have the server cache, so you could use that. Or if they allow you to install it, then install it and see. If you want to go for premium, there are other premium plugins that you could use for this. this is a security plugin. If you haven't installed this, please install this because it's a very helpful plugin to monitor what is happening on your website in terms of security. It also has malware removal and website scan. It also gives you real-time notifications. For example, one of my clients' websites was a victim of root attack. So we had to do a few things and we changed and prevented it. I also see that some people try to hack into my blog. Generally, they enter the username admin, very common. Once they also use my name, Raushan. So after that, I had to take some precautions because I felt a little scared. This helps you to do real-time monitoring on your website. The drawback, you get a lot of emails. You log into it, you get emails. Somebody tried to log into the website and you get emails. So in a day, you can get maybe 100 emails, sometimes 200 emails. So those were the 10 plugins that I have used and I personally find it helpful. I would recommend try them out. For some, maybe for some, may not. But again, it's up to you. But make sure to give it a try. Thank you.
I know you're giving talk about plugin for blogs. So I want to ask you how these visibly changed the way your blogging platform has been changed, and which plugin most affected your blogging experience?
As a blog, I want to make sure that it is optimized very well for search engine. But it's very hard to pick one because all plugins have different features. Sitemap information is important, so we need a plugin for that. Sitemap image is important, another plugin. Security is important because it's going to be hacked. So it's very hard to pick one. But again, yours was one that I love the most of all the plugins.